She's opening. Oh, an open stage at the Blue Moon. She's opening for nationally touring artists from LA, New York, and Philadelphia. Abby is the tallest 4-year-old in the history of the universe. And Barf Princess of the Queer Mazonians. Let's put our hands together and welcome Abby Denton.
I'd like to start this by doing something that I never get to do anywhere else in my life. I would like to do something that I haven't gotten to do in a very long time. I apologize for yelling. This is important to me. Okay. No wires. Ain't got no strings on me. I didn't even know there wouldn't be wires. I guess it makes sense. There can be dancers here. It's really a good sign, except that I move my head more, I move my body more. You won't hear me. You won't hear me. So please, enjoy your drinks. Enjoy your drinks, ladies and gentlemen. I am Abby Denton. I'm trying to be funny. How's everybody doing tonight? And to get some beautiful music up here. It was wonderful. Usually I'm, when I'm on showcases, it's 90% dudes and then me. This is refreshing. It's only 80%. No, I apologize. Yeah, so I am Abby Denton, as I've said about 3 times. I'm a little out of practice. I've not been performing for the last 2 months. I've been on medical leave. I was in the hospital recently. Please give a round of applause for everyone in the audience who's been to the hospital recently. I did not realize what complete and utter nightmares they are. Okay? The only thing that they gave me to manage my pain in the hospital was Tylenol. They kept telling me, don't worry about the pain now. The human brain is really bad at remembering pain. This is not a tremendous comfort when the only painkillers you have are Tylenol and the knowledge that you won't remember being in pain. Given a choice between remembering being in pain and being in pain, I'm going to level with you. I would much rather remember being in pain. I apologize. You might be able to guess. This is not a fun mic. I'm angry now. You might be able to guess, given the theme of the evening, why I was in the hospital. I will not tell you directly because I have a brain problem that prevents me from specifically articulating it, but I will say, I never appreciated until just a month ago how fucking amazing labia are. I can't even feel mine yet. Fucking labia, okay? I thought those little corset pendants looked like labia because that's just how single-minded I am. Anything that has like symmetrical curves at the moment, it's just the lips. Kiss him. I have significantly less of a urinary tract than I once did. I'm just warning you all. I went before I came up, but it's a concern. It's a concern. So while I perform, if I seem distracted, I'm doing Kegels. It's for your benefit as much as mine, honestly. So how many of us here are gigantic perverts? I guess that doesn't really work here, does it? Yeah, so I have a theory that I want to run past you giant perverts here. I have a theory that there's one kind of woman in the world. I should probably correct this at some point. There's only one kind of woman in the world who's comfortable being called mistress. Okay, dominant women, that's awesome. Dominant women are great. I've pretended to be one to get dates in the past. But there's only one kind of person in the world who's comfortable being called mistress. And my theory is that this is the exact same kind of woman who wears spiderweb print leggings in December and is always very clear to make sure you know she's writing an urban fantasy novel. Is this agreeable to everyone? And urban fantasy novels, let's just get this on the table. Those are a horrendous cheat. Because you read urban fantasy and you think like, oh man, it's going to be Samuel L. Jackson with a wizard beard. Sign me up. You look at them, the about the author picture looks like it would be right at home on like a Chuck E. Cheese Employee of the Month wall. My My point is this. If you make Employee of the Month at a place that pays you half of a living wage, you've lost all of your dignity. If you respect yourself and you make half of a living wage, you owe it to humanity to not give a shit. Service industry people, that one's for you. This one's for the little. So anyway, I've been thinking a lot about health recently, and I remember when I was in elementary school, when I was in the second grade, I'm sorry, I'm used to crappier mics, but mics that I don't have to point, I apologize. I was in the second grade, there was this girl in my class named Jessica, and she was the teacher's fucking favorite student. You know the kind. Everyone loved her. She was perfect. She probably owned a horse. I went to Penn Hills. Most of us couldn't afford to feed a horse if we had one. Second grade, she came down with pink eye. She was out of school for a little while. Came back bragging about pink eye. I thought to myself, like, pink, that's the color of good things. Pink eye. I want pink eye. So for the next 3 years, anytime I had any sort of infection in my facial region, I would think, I hope it's pink eye. Is it pink eye? Mom, do I have pink eye? And it was never pink eye. It was not until we were perhaps 10 that we learned that pink eye came from getting shit in your ocular region. And on that day, after the fact, I won the second grade. Because, you know, Jessica put shit in her eye. I just sat alone at lunch, but she put shit in her eye. Fuck you, Jessica. That's the take home here. That's the take home. But I've been thinking a lot about health recently. I've been thinking about my grandfather and his time with declining health. It's okay, he was fictional. But, you know, it was a long decline. And I remember at the end, he wasn't very lucid. He would sit me on his knee and say, boy, he was not a very smart man. He said, boy, the hardest thing about being a horse thief is half of the commute. If you were a horse, you would have gotten away by now. He used to sit me on his knee and say, if you ever date a transsexual, he was a sagacious old man. He used to say, if you ever date a transsexual, keep it secret so no one judges you for being capable of affection and love. That one's based on my dating life. There were happy ones too. He used to get really up in my face and he'd say, you know what's the best thing about the senna plant? With prawns like these, who needs enemas? And then he'd breathe on me and I'd realize that he desperately needed that senna. That's disgusting. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. When my fictional grandfather passed away, he left me a stunt car. Because that was how he lived. That was how he died. Let's be real. And I was watching the inside of the car, you know, the dashboard, the entrails and so forth. And I hit the self-destruct button by mistake, and the car immediately started smoking and binge drinking. But now I have to ride my bike, which isn't a whole lot of fun. When I was little, I always wanted to join the Knights on Bikes, you know? Several reasons I was not allowed in. I was 4 for a start. Still am 4. And second, I learned if the good Lord had intended for me to ride bicycles and have sex with women, she'd have given me a better sense of coordination. May she rest in peace. I only heard it from Nietzsche. I'm sorry, that was decades old. Not as old as the will to power. I was so worried you were lighting me, bless you. I like you people, I get more than 5 minutes. But anyway, I still have the artifacts from when I was trying to be a 5-star lesbian. I got a box of 5,000 rubber gloves, just in case. And at the rate my sex life has been going, I'll probably run out of them by the year 7013. 20XD6 indeed, my friend. I'm glad you're a person I know and not just some asshole, or I would have wrecked you. practice safe sex, ladies and gentlemen. That's the point here. I think I'm getting pretty good at it. I practice safe sex, ladies and gentlemen, and I think that's why I keep getting kicked out of the bank. I used to be really bad at pillow talk, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I had to go back to flirting with humans. I used to be really bad at pillow talk, ladies and gentlemen, because it's impossible to be articulate with a giant rubber ball gag. Those are probably my corniest jokes. I have a strong feeling about one-liners. If you steal a joke, you're basically Hitler. Anyway, have you ever noticed that there's 7 words you can't say on television? Obama looks like he eats great pussy. Everyone thinks it. Nobody says it. Mystery. Sorry, let's labia. Actually, no, sorry. Different stage. Okay. Have you ever noticed there's 130,000 words you can't say on North Korean television? Obama looks like no. It's just listing every part of the body. But seriously though, I love this country like a woman, in the sense that I do it from a distance and I don't like verbally acknowledge it because I don't want to get judged. You know? Like a woman. Our job market ain't doing so hot right now, but the unpaid internship market is booming. I can hear you pretty well. That's embarrassing. Our job market might not be doing so well, but the unpaid internship market is booming. This one's for those in the shitter. Now I've forgotten the next job. Oh, no. I've been working on my job interview technique. That was it. My memory's terrible. I apologize. I'm all fucked up on Tylenol right now. My job interview technique is getting great. I just can't figure out if you're meant to be cupping the balls or just let them hang free. Something like that. I don't know. So I finally told my partner about my schoolgirl fantasy. You know, the one where you sit alone at lunch, stress over math, and feel ashamed of your body? I guess we're getting into like that role-playing thing where he's the guy in my 3rd period English class who doesn't know my name and never says a word to me. You know, the schoolgirl fantasy. No, I'm sorry. Romance is like a dog, in the sense that after you take it apart to see how it works, it'll never be the same. How long has this been going? I think I'm good. Has anyone been looking at the clock? Oh, tell me that none of you have been staring at the clock here. Oh, you're too sweet. Oh, bless you. You're my new favorite. I think I'm pointing at the right person. Actually, you know what? I have 2 things to leave you with. One of them is a joke. One of them is just something you need to know. There is someone here who shall not be named who keeps a hairbrush in their purse at all times. This hairbrush also receives frequent use as a dildo. I want you to think that before you ever look at anyone's hair again. It could be them. It could be them. You don't know everyone who's in the room, so there's someone in the world who you might encounter, and you won't know, or you might know if you're their fiance. Whose name? No. A friend of mine actually recently came out to me as an adult baby, and I was really excited to go play with her, but then it turned out that she wasn't just like a tiny person in a little baby tuxedo. It was the other way around, so... Anyway, I'm going to leave you with a meditation. The best thing about being flat-chested is you don't have to wear a bra anywhere if you don't want to. The worst thing about being flat-chested is your boobs are tiny. Alright, so here's Chance back, I guess, or he's going to introduce someone else. Oh, good, it's just, I've met you before. Hello. Happy day, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the funniest 4-year-old in Pittsburgh.